Welcome to the video. My name is Silver. Before I start, I just want to clear up some stuff. I originally intended to show both the utility of the tech and how to perform them. However, Stolovsky actually made a reaction video yesterday in which he talked pretty thoroughly about the utility of the techs. So instead, I'm just going to show the inputs to perform them. Another thing is that I'll be traveling tomorrow, so if I do not finish this video today, I won't be able to work on it for another 3 to 4 weeks. So apology in advance if the production quality is low. And just in case you missed it, I'm going through the text showcased in my original video. If you haven't watched it yet, you should check it out first. Alright, let's get into the video. The first tech is the reverse backstep, also known as the ravioli step. You can perform this tech by doing a backstep and pulling back the left stick to the opposite direction of where you want to move at the right timing. You cannot do this tech locked down, you have to be unlocked. The reverse quick step, or as Rust Bucket likes to call it, the reverse backstab. In order to perform this tech, you have to first be locked on. Pull your left stick to the opposite direction of where you want to move, then use the Astrophore and unlock at the same time. You might want to remember the sequence of inputs that's used in the following text as well. The reverse Bloodhound step uses the exact same input as the reverse quick step. However, the spacing you want to get a backstep is quite different, so you may want to practice that. Reverse Dynast finesse uses the exact same input as well. I don't have much to talk about it. The fifth tech is the reverse feint attack. You can perform it with any weapon with a feint attack, which includes the curved swords, thrusting swords, and heavy thrusting swords. In order to perform it, you have to first hold down your heavy attack, press the button you use to backstep, and then move your left stick to the opposite direction of where you want to move. Oh, and you have to be unlocked too. The heavy backstep feint. To do it, you just have to be in heavy load or use the iron jar aromatic. Basically, you can cancel your backstep at any moment by pressing block. Number 7 is the backstep recovery cancel. Basically, the dodge Astrophores, which include quickstep, Bloodhound step, and Raptor of the Mist, can cancel the ending frame of backstep. To perform it, just use the Astrophore at the end of a backstep. For the fast flasks, you just have to crouch. It can't really get easier than this. Number 9 is the SS cancel. Use your flask at the edge of a ledge and make your character fall after the animation starts. Be careful not to fall too early, or else the SS animation will cancel entirely and you won't get healed. Number 10 is the perfect block, my absolute favorite tech in the entire game. To perform it, you have to stop sprinting and press block at the exact same moment you receive an attack. If done successfully, you will only receive stamina and portion of health damage depending on what you use to block, and not a hit stun. If you're not facing the direction of the attack but still perform perfect block, you will receive 100% health damage, but no stamina damage or hit stun. Number 11 is the block cancel. To perform this attack, you can either tap the block button at the end of the attack, or the way I like to do it, start holding block as you are doing the first attack and release it right before you cancel the second one. To pivot cancel, you can either hold block while running, or tap block as soon as you change direction. Number 13 is the Wavedash, also known as the Goblin Step. To perform this tech, tap your crouch button rhythmically as you sprint forward. There is a certain timing you have to get used to, or else your input might get eaten. If you're playing on a controller, I suggest changing your crouch input to either a button or a paddle. It will not only make it easier to perform this tech, but also avoid shortening your controller's stick's lifespan. Oh, and just to avoid confusion, the controller overlay you see on screen right now is using the default button layout, not my personal one. Number 14 is the wiggle tech. In order to perform this tech, you have to be locked on. Simply flick your movement stick quickly and your character will start wiggling. You can also add in some crouches if you choose to. Number 15 is a spin tech. You can perform it by simply spinning your movement stick. I have to say though, This tag only really works on lower latency. If you're playing on higher latency, it will probably not work. Number 16 is a sweeping jump attack. To perform this tech, you have to jump, input a light attack at the highest point of your jump, and flick your movement stick to the opposite side of where you were facing. This works on the heavy thrusting sword and the great spear. You can tell if you have performed this tech correctly by seeing if there's a white trail behind your weapon. As long as the enemy is caught in this white trail, the attack will connect. Number 17 is the neutral long jump, also known as the bunny hop. To perform it, keep holding block while sprinting and jumping forward. This tag is not only very good if you're playing the heavy thrusting sword, but also if you're traversing the terrain. For example, if you have a big gap that you want to jump over, bunny hopping is probably the best way to do it. Number 18 is the delayed or 180 degrees jump attack. To perform this tag, input your attack during the landing portion of a jump, then use your direction stick or lock it on to redirect your attack. Number 19 is the reverse momentum jump, a very powerful attack that I don't see enough people are using. To perform it, sprint in one direction, and as soon as you jump, flick your movement stick to the opposite direction. If done correctly, the momentum of your sprint will be transferred into your jump towards the other direction. Oh, and you have to be unlocked for this tag too. Number 20 is the backward jump. Some people call it the reverse jump, but I think you can get confused with the previous tag. To perform it, you have to start locked on. Pull your left stick down, then jump and unlock, all at the exact same time. The inputs are pull left stick down, jump, and unlock, all at the exact same time. Number 21 is the blocking variant of the pivot running attack. To perform this attack, tap block as you're pivoting, then do the running attack. The timing is quite tight, and without a ton of practice, it can be difficult to pull off during a real fight. I'll show on screen here just how precise you have to actually be. This is where the crouch variant of the pivot running attack comes in. To perform this variant, press crouch, and as you are pivoting, tap block to cancel the crouch and perform a running attack. The timing is a lot more forgiving with the crouch variant, but it does require you to do one extra input. 23 is the partial crouch. To perform it, you have to first be moving. Press crouch, then toggle either your left or right item slot. When performed correctly, your character will be in a crouch state. Attacks will turn to crouch attacks. Concealing veil will be active. The partial crouch state will end if you attack, use an item, roll, or stop moving. '24 is the jump pivot running attack. Normally it is not possible to do a running attack right after a jump. However, if you pivot during the landing frames of the jump, you can actually cue a running attack immediately. For the Wavedash cancel, all you have to do is just tap your H4 button. It creates a very good roll catch if they get hit and try to roll away from your follow-up wall strikes. Another thing about Wavedash cancel is that you can actually do a long jump or a bunny hop right after you cancel the wall strikes, which is pretty interesting and can catch your opponents off guard if they're not paying attention. 26 is the sprint storage. To perform this attack, hold block while sprinting, then stop while still holding block. This sprint state will be saved and you can do a running light attack or a running heavy attack from the neutral state. Number 27 is the slide attack or the drift attack. To perform it, spin your movement stick and do a running attack. Fun fact about this attack, it is also known as the Jund sweep, named after its creator Scott Jund, who got banned on Dark Souls 3 subreddit for showcasing this tech. Number 28 is the stationary sprint grease. Even though it looks very scuffed, it is actually very easy to accidentally do. Use the drawstring grease while your character is sprinting while crouched. I will be skipping tech 29 as I now realize I had some error in my understanding of the tech. Don't worry, I'll add in another one to make it 32 still. Number 30 is the phalanx control. The phalanx blades only attack when your character is facing the enemy, regardless of the distance between the two. You can use back steps to move forward, and turn around whenever you want the blades to go off. Number 31 is chain casting. Use sort of with Passion Gun, well, not completely. By jump casting a spell, switch the spell mid-air, and quickly cast again, you can perform a chain cast with certain spells. With some spells the interaction is completely glitched. We usually separate the two types of cast despite ensuring the exact same inputs, calling the latter glitch casting. Before getting to the final attack, here's the bonus to make up for Tech 29. When you fall from a high place, your character gets into a long animation stabilizing himself. This animation can be cancelled by two-handing a great bow at the same moment as you touch the ground. Another way to cancel the full animation is by bouncing your weapon off a wall right as you land. Although you can do this with many different weapons, it is a lot more difficult to perform, and quite situational. Well, more situational than it already was. And now, in order to perform this final forbidden tech, you have to first be facing away from your opponent, unlocked. Block, crouch, and as the block is cancelling the crouch, lock onto the opponent and start moving. And that is the 32 PvP techs explained. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your newfound strengths wisely, and go punt some noobs.